So today I am talking about the 4 ways to build your archipelago as a music teacher. It's really easy to feel like you are alone and you don't have people to reach out to or bounce ideas off of, but there are ways to build your music teacher circle. And I'm very thankful that I've got music teacher friends across the country from Kodai, from the music crew that I can reach out to and be like, hey, I need some help. I need advice. I need to vent. Having those people is really important. And here's 4 ways you can build your archipelago. So number 1 is your college colleagues, your collegiate colleagues. So these are people that you went to school with, maybe a little older, maybe a little younger, but you crossed paths during college. And the reason these people are great is because 1, you know who they are in person. You have spent time studying together. You've passed each other in the hallways. You've been in ensembles together. And they're kind of in the same age bracket as you, which is usually indicative of being in the same place as, in your career. And if they are not in the same age bracket as you, they are in the same stage of their career, which is helpful. And this does not have to be the people that you were closest to in college. It could just be the people that you are who are teaching in a really similar way to you, and that's important to keep in mind. Number 2 is your local organizations, so State NAFME, Kodai, ORF, GIML, whatever other local music ed organizations you might have. Those are really important sort of organizations where not only are you learning, but you can really build a network of people who are nearby that, they're on all stages of their career. You can help people, you can learn from people, you can grow together, you can advocate for each other. Those are really important places to make contacts because it's going to be local to you and it's going to help you build that nearby network. With that, number 3, I'm kind of partners with number 1, and this is your levels courses and certifications. So if you've taken Kodai training or ORF training, if you go do world drumming, there's other workshops that you can go, especially certification courses, because they're really intense. 2-3 weeks of training where you're with these people all day. You're kind of knowing that you're going to teach at least in some similar fashion, or there's going to be some crossover in how you teach. So those are kind of important because when you're trying to build ideas off of each other or share ideas, there's going to be some similarities that will translate well to your classroom. And that's important to have. And it's kind of like having college friends, except you've spent some extremely intense time studying together. The last one is social media, and social media is a little bit different. So let's make a couple caveats here. 1, you're not going to find your music teacher besties in Facebook groups of 30,000 people. They're great for getting lots of responses and lots of help. And if you have something really specialized that you need advice with, those are great resources to reach out to. And that's kind of like the distant archipelago, but the nearby archipelago needs to be people that you can interact with a little more often. So this is where you might want to check out smaller Facebook groups like the Kodai groups, the ORF groups, if you teach a specific way, like if there's I don't know if there's a Delcroze group, First Steps groups, the Music Teacher Archipelago group. There's smaller groups where you might not get initially, 100 responses on a question, but you might find people who are, you're going to interact with a little more. And the big thing here is that you do not want to air your dirty laundry to people you find in Facebook groups. unless you're interacting with some person constantly and you've decided to have this conversation about the way you're teaching or the situation that you're struggling with a little more privately, that you might reach out to them and you get to know them a little better. Like I will say, obviously the music crew, we're kind of all over the country. And yes, many of us have met in person. I've met most of the music crew in person at this point. But we've also worked together now like 10 years. So there's, oh no, more than 10, like 12. So that's a long built relationship, but we were not airing dirty laundry to each other in 2016. So build those relationships if you meet via social media, with time and care, because it is the internet. So those are kind of the 4 ways I have to build your music teacher archipelago and find some friends. And I hope that this is really helpful in kind of thinking outside of the box of who you can reach out to when you need suggestions, a place to vent, or something like that. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and share if this spoke to you, and thank you so much.